How's it going, guys?
Hey Glenn, that's a
Yeah.
dope. That's a dope hoodie.
Yeah, I only realized 20 minutes ago that I put that on, so how fortuitous is that?
Love it.
Another banger on your hands here, guys. You guys are killing it right now. Great stuff, Abigail. Loved it.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate that.
And if I can say, you guys went full Peter Jackson on your cast. You threw
Uh-huh.
a brain dead amount of blood at them, and it's just the best. So thank you, as a horror fan. Thank you.
That is an incredibly high compliment.
Is that the most fun part of the job, like throwing blood and guts at your cast?
It's
I mean, it's
definitely up
one of
there.
many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely up
The,
there.
the whole thing is,
Something that I would figure would be a bit of a conundrum for you is the fact that this story kind of has an obvious pivot point or twist, if you will. But it's kind of a twist that you have to give away in the trailer to sell the movie. In that, she's a vampire, and obviously on the poster there. Did you ever consider being shrewd and luring people into this with a false premise?
I mean, I think we would love it if people who don't know anything got to see it without seeing the trailer. But that said, we were pretty aware even while we were
Yeah.
making the movie that was going to be given away. So kind of took it upon ourselves to make sure that everything leading up to that was still engaging and that the movie's still aware that you're aware that we're all aware that she's a vampire and kind of has fun with that along the way. So you're not just bored waiting for it, but you're actually really engaged prior to it.
Yep, and it is fun and it's very funny. I think the comedy and the humor is like precision. Is it difficult to get that right, to hit the right marks with the comedy?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I think that it's I think even for us with this one, I think we were surprised at how well it was working during the previews and then seeing it with an audience. And I think some of that's just you're trapped in an editing room for so long, and you kind of forget how tuned the movie is until you see it with people who are seeing it for the first time. And that's a big part of the tuning is making sure that those two genres, that the sort of comedy, the sort of grounded sense of humor, and the horror are always playing really well with each other, and that the movie is never too much of either of those things, right? If you go too far into the comedy side, then it just feels silly and the stakes fall apart. And if you go too hard into the horror side, the movie can feel kind of cruel and mean, which makes the
Hmm.
comedy not work. So it's really just a balancing act that is a part of the challenge of cutting something that is this mix of tones.
Yeah, I feel like you got it right. And also I think something I've noticed in your films is you like to put fairly large ensembles in one setting, one location. Is that something that's very conscious?
Yeah, it is. We love it. It's, we've been doing it since, I mean, even our VHS segment like over 10 years ago was
Mm.
a bunch of idiots in a house. There's something about that pressure cooker, about that
Very
confined
familiar
space.
idiots.
Very familiar idiots. Uh, it's like the same thing that's like attractive about like westerns, where you can just set something in a very small location and let the characters do all of the work for us as an audience and not make it about something else. And
Mm.
yeah, we're just really drawn to it.
Yeah, awesome. I'd seen Alicia in I think Matilda and Wicked Little Letters. She's fantastic, but what a shock it was to see her in the trailer at first, and then to watch the movie. My God, she's incredible. Like she really, really makes this movie. Can you talk about casting her? What did you see a lot of girls? What was it in her that appealed?
Yeah, we saw a handful of people who were all really, really incredible. I think that we were surprised just at how many wonderful, wonderful options there were. Alicia just had there was just something so magic about her, and I think at the end of the day, what really sold us is while she is very much like this sort of innocent, seemingly vulnerable person, there's a maturity to Alicia in her character and in the way that she approached her work that was really, really just mind blowing to us. It was a huge surprise, and I feel like she revealed a new skill every single day we were on set with her. And I mean, ultimately, it was the level of confidence that she had when she was the monster that I think was the biggest, the biggest surprise to us. That she fully commits to those genre moments that, you know, would be hard for any actor to pull off, and she's there like rolling in the blood like the best of them. And we can't say enough about how much fun it was working with her.
Awesome. I'd love to sit here and chat horror with you all day, but my time is up. Thank you so much.
Good
Love the
talking.
film.
Yeah.
I hope everyone else loves it too. It's a pleasure to be chatting to both of you. How you going?
Good,
What's
good.
up,
How you
man?
doing?
How are you?
Doing good. This is a really super fun movie. Uh, Kevin, I've been like a fan of your work ever since Mystery Alaska. And I feel like Peter is almost like an extension of Tree Lane. Like they're kind of very
Yeah.
similar characters. How fun was it to play Peter? And I'm wondering what kind of directions you were given as to how he is portrayed.
That is so wild that you said that because that was the last time that I had gotten to play a character in my natural accent because I am
Right.
French Canadian.
Yeah.
So it's cool that it felt kind of full circle coming back around to that accent, and it kind of liberated me to be able to just kind of find, lightness.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was it was a really really top notch fun experience led by by Radio Silence. They just kind of invited us to just come and play and
Mm-hmm.
add to the mosaic. And I had the idea. I said, how about if we make him French Canadian instead of he was supposed to be from Louisiana,
Mm.
and I was game to do that accent, but I was like, it'd be kind of fun if you guys let me do it like this, and they were like, yeah, okay. It was just, and then there you go, and
They gave you that
so
freedom.
so it kind of felt like putting on a really comfortable pair of shoes or a sweater.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Loved you
Yeah.
in it. And William, like you look like you had an absolute ball as well. What about the script appealed to you?
Well, I think it was the heist and the mystery, and then it goes to horror. Then it's kind of like a comedy. So I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? And then the location. I wanted to go to Ireland, and I'm like, okay. And then meeting these guys, meeting the cast, meeting everybody, and it was such a family. And watching Matt and Tyler work, doing 35, 40 setups in a day, and how committed they were to excellence and greatness, I'm like, oh, we have something special. And then when I saw the film, I was like, oh yeah, this was everything and more than I
Yeah,
expected.
it really is. Yeah.
Absolutely. They are like right now on the forefront of horror. Like they're two of the best horror filmmakers of the moment. How would you describe their directing style and how do you find working with two directors as opposed to one?
They're so cohesive, aren't
Yeah,
they? Like
yeah.
they just have this energy between them that they always bring light and bright energy to the set. They encourage fun. You feel like, hey, we're living our dream. Come and live our dream with us and help us tell
Yeah,
the story.
yeah,
And it
100%.
feels like that every day.
Yeah,
And the fact that they can, like you said, like bridge the gap between all these genres and put them in one film, and it feels so focused.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they deserve all of the acclaim that they're getting. And yeah, I speak for myself, and I'm sure will too. And I'm just glad that I got to be a part of the team.
Yeah, they show like they throw a record amount of blood and guts and gore at you guys. Is that fun or is that just like horrible?
It's a little bit of both. It's fun, because it's like this is what the audience wants, and you having fun in the moment. But I remember Catherine having a moment coming out of the pool of bodies,
Yeah.
and I'm like, she's not having fun. But she's having fun. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, it's great. You're doing amazing. It's awesome. And then she's like soaked. And then you turn around, then I'm soaked, and then he's getting stabbed, and it's like these guys are incredible.
Yeah.
But to
Awesome,
answer your
awesome.
question about
Yes.
the dynamic of working with the two directors, uh, Tyler is really on the technical side. He knows where the camera's at. Not that Matt's not, but Matt deals one-on-one with the actor. So it has a good dynamic of who you're speaking to as an actor. Am I speaking to Tyler or am I speaking to Matt? You speak to both of them, but they both work together so well that when Matt comes over, I know Tyler's coming over, even if only Matt came over.
They make one super director.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah, there you go. There's a
They
move.
walk the same. They have a lot of the same idiosyncratic behavior. They're on the same wavelength, and they just really fill each other out. So then you get these really rich, textured horror films.
Yeah.
It's just like
That is fascinating. My time is up, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Love the
man.
film, and I hope everyone really latches onto it.
Oh, thanks,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you. Great interview
brother.
too, mate.
Thank you,
Cheers.
bud.
Thank you.
You all came highly recommended. You know the rules. No real names, no backstories, no cell phones.
So whose kid is she?
A very wealthy man who's about to be $50 million poorer.
I'm here to make sure you're safe.
What's your name? Mine's Abigail.
You can call me Joey.
Do you have any kids?
I have a little boy.
See you in 24 hours.
Do you know what a pinky promise is? If you behave and do as we say, like Pinky promise you, it'll all be over soon.
Joey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
What the fuck?
Shit, we gotta get out of here.
I think she knows something.
Guys. Guys.
What the fuck is that thing?
We kidnapped a fucking vampire. A ballerina vampire. Okay, how do we kill a vampire?
What are we talking about? Like an Anne Rice or a True Blood? You know, Twilight? Stake through the heart.
Daylight is a big one.
All right, let's go kill us a fucking vampire. Ready?
Vampire on my ass!
What can I say? I like playing with my food.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! She's fucking flying!
I fucking hate ballet.